Welcome, AARP friends. My name is Sheila Martin, and I am a volunteer with AARP Delaware. During these times, it's so important to stay calm and be focused. That is why we are bringing you this fall yoga series. Each session features Erin Shivone, a yoga trainer, who will take you through a gentle yet invigorating class and get you moving and feeling great throughout your day. It's all part of AARP's goal to help you take on today and live your best life. And as always, please consult your physician before starting any exercise program. Enjoy the class and share it with your friends. Back over to you, Erin.
Thanks, Sheila. Welcome, friends. Welcome. My name is Erin Shivone. If we haven't had the pleasure of practicing yet together, welcome. I'm very glad that you're here, making this time for yourself, your health and well-being. If you joined us last week, welcome back. So today, I'm going to start us off in a chair. So we always have the option of a chair. You'll notice I have a couple props behind me, one of them being a chair. I also have a few blocks and a blanket. So if you want to grab a few things in your house, no worries. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. We can use blankets, pillows, whatever you have around. But definitely make sure you have a chair available. That was hard to get out this morning. So let's go ahead. I'm going to scoot back. Grabbing a hold of my chair here. And today we are going to focus on our feet, our foundation. So just as a building, right? If you don't have a strong foundation in a building, what happens to everything that's built on top of it? It's not as strong. Right? It's not as secure. It's the same thing with our feet, our roots. In yoga, we call these our roots, and we often ground down through our feet. If we don't have a strong foundation in our feet, then it's going to affect everything that's on top of it, which means our ankles, our knees, our hips. It can throw everything out of alignment. And when it does throw everything out of alignment, we feel it in our bodies. We feel it physically. We'll feel pulling in certain areas. So we are really going to focus on how to open up our feet today, strengthen our feet, open up the fascia of the foot, strengthen the ankles. So that way you are going to have a nice, strong foundation for the knees and hips and everything else. So go ahead. We're going to bring our hands down to the legs, palms facing up if you'd like, or palms facing down, whichever you prefer. And before we close our eyes, just look down at your feet. If you find that you're sitting in a chair that's very tall, and this is happening, you can go ahead and grab a blanket and put your feet on the blanket, making sure that the ankles are under the knees, and go ahead and lift your toes. Lift them up. Spread them really wide. And then starting with the pinky toe is going to come down all the way to the big toe. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift them up. You can even wiggle them. Then bring the pinky toe down slowly, allowing each and every toe to come down and connect to the mat. Feel the heel pressing down. Feel the ball of the foot. Draw your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. And gently closing the eyes. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Welcome to your practice. That's right, your practice. It's not about anyone else right now. It's about your time for you and your health and well-being and whatever you need today from your practice. Because as we know, every single day is different. Feel the breath as you inhale And exhale. Trying to inhale and exhale through the nose if possible. I know that it's allergy time, so if that's not possible, try to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Matching the length of your inhale with the length of your exhale. Bringing in a count sometimes helps. Inhaling for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for that same count. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then notice the gentle pause between the inhale and exhale. Allowing your mind to focus on the breath. Bring your palms together and set your intention for your practice today. Maybe it's just to stay connected to breath as we begin to move our bodies. And bring your hands down onto your knees. Good. So we're going to straighten our right leg out in front of us and give it a little shake. Shake that right leg. Shaking it back and forth. Good. And now we're going to press our left foot down, really feeling the heel and the ball of the foot. Let's take the toes out to the right slightly and just notice how that feels in the inner thigh. Good. Bring the toes back to center and then take them over towards the left foot. Notice how that feels on the outside of the hip. So we're going back between externally rotating, taking the toes out to the side, externally rotating from the hip. Bring the toes so that way they're facing up towards the ceiling, and then allow them to fall in. And oftentimes, depending on what's going on in your body, one of these movements is going to feel easier or more comfortable than the other. And right now, we're just playing witness. We're just noticing how it feels in our body and where we feel it. Good. Now we're going to press that left foot down even more and lift the right leg up. Take the toes out to the side. There's a tendency here we want to roll into our backs. So try to keep those shoulders over the hips. We're really using core strength now. So belly button is drawing in and up as we lift that foot. Take the toes out to the side. Bring the toes up towards center, maybe over towards that left leg. Good. Going back and forth. Now, where do you feel it in the body? Right? We're activating these quadricep muscles. Good. And then bend the leg, place the foot down. Keep pressing that right foot down, straighten the left leg, lifting the heel off of the mat. And then bring it back down. Toes are going to come out to the side. Feel that little pull in the inner thigh. Bring the toes up through center and then gently over towards the right. Inhale, exhale. Good, just moving between these two very slowly. So you really want to make sure, just as Sheila said, that before you start any type of exercise, that you consult your doctor. Make sure that this type of exercise is going to work for your body, right? And if at any point you feel like something I'm instructing does not work for your body, I please ask you to stop. You can modify. I will be giving modifications. You can choose to modify, or you can choose to skip that particular movement or yoga pose. At the same time, if you feel like you want more, by all means, add on. It's your practice, right? I'm just here to support you in your practice. Pressing the right foot down, lift the left leg up. Good. Let's take the toes out to the side, bring them up, in towards the right leg, just back and forth, noticing which muscles are being activated right now, there's a tendency that we want to tense up our jaw and shake the jaw side to side, wiggle it back and forth. Good. And then bend the leg, place the foot down. From here, we're going to come to stand and we're going to walk. So I'm going to walk towards you. I want you to notice where you distribute the weight in your feet. Everybody is different. You might have a tendency to roll to the outside. You might dump into the inner arch. Feel the heels press down. Draw the navel in and up. And we're going to come up. Press the heels down. Once you come to stand, walk forward. Good. And then turn around and walk back unless it feels comfortable enough to walk backwards. Just notice what's going on in your body. Sit down. We're going to do that one more time. Heels are going to press down. We're going to draw the belly button in. So nice, strong front of the body. We're going to lift out of our chair using those quadricep muscles. And we're going to heel, toes, heel, toes, heel, toes. Good. And then move backwards. Toes, heel. Opposite way. I like to do this in class just because it allows us to really notice, because we walk through our days without noticing where we're distributing our weight. Okay, so sliding to the right side, we're going to hang the leg off. So this is what it looks like from the side. Take that leg back behind you. Toes are tucked. We're going to press those toes down and kick through the heel. What we're doing now is opening up the bottom of the foot, the fascia of the foot, giving that fascia a nice little stretch. We're also stretching the top of the right leg, our quadricep muscle, as that knee goes down. Stay here. You can hold on to the back of the chair, or if it feels comfortable, you can take your arms out in front of you or even up towards the ceiling. Staying with the breath. Good. And then bring your hands back down. Go ahead and straighten that leg. You can even walk your toes back a little bit further, straightening the top of the right leg to get a nice stretch here. Tailbone's moving down, kicking through the heel, and then rolling off the toes. We're going to switch sides. So taking that left leg back behind you. So working here, or I'll move this way so you can see this angle. Toes are tucked, knee is pressing down towards the ground. Finding a lift from the hips up. Good. Kick through that heel a little bit more. And then walking the foot back. Hands can reach out in front, or you can take them up towards the ceiling. Good. Rolling on the toes. And then bring your hands down. Come back to center. Let's keep our legs a little bit wider. We're going to press the toes down and lift the heels. Heels are going to come down, so we're really activating the back of the leg, moving into the calf muscle, strengthening that area. Good. Heels come down. Toes press down, heels lift up. Shoulders are staying over the hips. And although we're sitting in a chair, the front of our body, our core is really engaged, nice and strong. Good. And walk those feet back. And we're going to come up to stand. So mountain pose is a pose that we come back to often in our yoga class, also called Tadasana in Sanskrit. So I want you to imagine that you have a block between your legs. It's okay if you don't have one. And you're squeezing it in. So these legs are squeezing in towards center, towards midline, right? The middle of the body. Find the heels. Move back into the heels. Lift the toes. Give them a little wiggle. And then bring the toes back down. If you feel like you want to hold on to something, you can always have a hand on the chair or a wall. Arms are down by your side, shoulders are going to roll back. So this is a very active pose. I want you to press all four corners of your feet down, the heels, the ball of the foot, pinky toe, the big toe. As you press that big toe down, notice there's a lift coming from the inner arch all the way up the inner thigh. You're squeezing that block and your core is engaged. So nice, strong leg muscles, opening up through the chest. Take a nice deep inhale, bring that breath up. Feel that lift in the chest. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Inhale and exhale. This time, inhale, take your arms up. Still feel that squeeze in the inner thigh. Exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Inhale, arms lift, palms touch. Exhale, hands come back down. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Hands down by your side. Good. So I'm going to take the block out. Still imagine that block, right? Giving it a little squeeze. Press the toes down. We're going to lift the heels. Exhale, heels are going to come down. Move back into the heels, lift the toes, give them a wiggle. Again, we're creating space in the feet, strengthening the ankles. Toes press down, heels lift up. Woo, a little wobbly, that's okay. Exhale, just don't fall over. Hold on to something if you feel really, really wobbly. Sink back into the heels, lift the toes. Toes are going to press down. One more. Lift those heels up. Hold it. Hold it here. Good. And then feet are going to come down. Go ahead and shake those legs out. We're going to take the right leg, step it back. So we want to open up the bottom of the foot, right? But we also want to stretch the top of the foot. We often forget about the top of the foot that moves up into the shin. So I'm taking my toes back behind, again, using a chair, the wall if you need for support. Oh, and feel that stretch all the way up the foot into the shin. Press those toes down even more. Our standing leg is still rooting down. Feel that lift from the crown of the head up. Nice, strong, active pose here. And then release. Go ahead and wiggle those toes. And then place the foot down. Opposite side. Taking the left foot back. Toes are going to press down. Nice stretch in the ankle. Keep the breath flowing. Good. And release that foot. Give your legs a little shake. Taking a sip of water. If you'd like, we'll just take a minute for a water break. Water breaks are always good. Good. Place that water off to the side. If at any point you feel like you want to stop, grab some water, take a break, you are welcome to. Good. So feet are hip width apart. I'm going to grab a hold of the chair here. Facing the chair, inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands can come to the chair. If you want to step your feet back a little bit more, good. Sink those heels down towards the ground. If you feel like you want a deeper stretch in the back of the legs, you can walk your hands down or bring them down onto a prop on the ground, some pillows, books, whatever you're using today. And then go ahead and shift your weight into your heels. So I'm bringing in a soft bend in the knees. We never want to lock out our knees. Okay, so a gentle bend, which helps the lower back and hamstring muscles. And then find some movement. Sink back into your heels, taking the glutes back behind you, sit bones back behind you, and then move into the toes. Maybe even lift the heels. Nice strong core so we're not dumping into our lower back. Especially those of you who have, lower back tension, being really mindful of engaging the front of the body. Good. Sink back into the heels. Good. Come down. All four corners of the feet press down. So the heels pressing down, all of the toes. Nice little lift and inside of the arches. We come all the way up on the inhale, palms touch. Exhale, hands down by your side. Good. So we're going to take this from our forward fold, Uttanasana, back to downward, a variation here of downward facing dog. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Hands are going to come to the chair again, or whichever prop you'd like to use. I'm going to walk my feet back, sinking the heels down, straightening the arms. Good. Really taking the sit bones back behind you to create space in the lower back. Inhale. Exhale. If you want a deeper stretch in the legs, maybe straighten them a little bit more or step them back further. Heels are moving down towards the ground. Really feel that opening in the foot all the way around the calf into, or around the Achilles tendon heel into the calf. And breathe. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Good. And then walking the feet forward. Press the feet down, come all the way up on the inhale, palms touch, exhale, hands down by your side. Tadasana, our nice strong mountain pose, right? Feel those feet pressing down. Good. This time we're going to add on. So we're going to move into Parsvattanasana, pyramid pose. Inhale, arms are going to lift. Exhale, hands can come to whichever prop you are using. We're going to step back with the left foot. So left heel is going to come down. If you find when you step back that your heel is lifting, just shorten your stance. Bring your foot a little bit closer. So we're going to continue to stretch the foot, the heel, the backs of the legs. Inhale. Exhale, coming as deep as it feels right for you today. Because each time we practice is different. Our bodies feel different. Inhale, exhale. When we allow the mind to focus on the breath, it doesn't think about our to-do list as much, right? Good. Giving our bodies the time to open up slowly, never forcing. To come out of this pose, or in Sanskrit, we call them asanas. To come out of this asana, roll onto the toes, step that back foot forward. Hands can come to your hips and just go ahead and roll all the way up. My cord's trying to get me right now. There you go. Keep it back there. And we're going to switch sides. Inhale, lift your arms up. Oh, feel that opening in the front of the body as you reach your arms up. Exhale, take your arms wide, bringing them down. Good. Stepping back with the opposite foot this time. Toes come down, heel comes down, and then draw that left hip back, right hip forward. That's when you'll intensify that nice stretch in the hamstring muscle outside of the hip. Stay here if this feels good. Or on your exhale with the breath, move in a little deeper. I always tell my students, if you're in something and you can't find your breath easily, lots of times that's an indication that you're in too deep. So maybe you came in too quick. Come out of it, find the breath. And then as that space presents itself, you move deeper. On your next inhale, hands are going to come to the chair, step forward, come all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Good. This next pose is our warrior three pose. So we're just stepping into this, right? We already found our forward fold. We found downward facing dog. We found pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Now we're going to find warrior three. So warrior three, inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hands are going to come down. Again, to the chair. You could use a wall. If you prefer not to use a chair today, you're more than welcome just to be on your mat. Shifting the weight into your left foot. So you notice that my left ankle, right? We want to really think about that foundation. So foot is pressing down, knee is over ankle, hip is over knee. I'm going to shift the weight into my left foot. I'm going to take my right foot back behind me. I feel those toes pressing down onto the ground. Draw your navel in. So drawing the belly button in, nice strong core, stay here. Or if it feels okay, play around with lifting the back foot. Bringing in some balancing today. Good. Kicking through the heel in that back foot. Toes are facing down. So notice if your toes are moving out towards the right or maybe towards that standing leg a little bit more, just as we noticed in the beginning. What happens in my body? Where does it feel comfortable for that leg to hang out? By dropping the toes down, the hips square off. Stay here. There can be a soft bend in the knee. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, bend both knees slightly. It's an easier transition. Bring that right foot down. Feet press down. Come all the way up on your inhale. Grab a hold of the arms, interlacing the fingers, or right hand can grab a hold of the left. Go ahead and reach over to your right. Opening up the side of the body all the way down into the back. Then come back through center. Switch sides. So either fingers interlaced, reaching over, other option, grabbing a hold of the ankle the other joint. That's not the ankle. We've been talking about feet so much, right? The wrist, the other joint. Oh, and then come back up. Bring your hands down by your side. And we'll switch sides. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, folding forward. Shift the weight into your right foot this time. Step back with the left foot. Inhale, before you do anything, really activate your core. Nice strong core is going to help us to lift that leg. And you might be lifting here today. That's wonderful. You might be tapping down and lifting back up. Make the pose work for your body. Keep pressing the ground away with that standing leg. Good. And then slowly, when you're ready, if you're not ready, hold it a little bit longer. If you are ready, transitioning, bringing the foot down. We find that bend in the knee just so it's easier on the hips. Press your feet down. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Wonderful. Take a nice deep inhale, filling your lungs up. Exhale. Let it go. Connection to breath. Good. So we're going to bring in one more balancing pose, standing pose here, before we make our way down to sit in the chair again. So shifting the weight into your right foot. Actually, I'm going to switch sides here. So we'll start with the right leg. Put my chair on that side. Shifting the weight into your left foot, bending your right knee. Take your right knee out to the side. Tree pose. So the standing leg is pressing down. Notice where you're distributing your weight in the standing leg. Are you in your heel? Are you dumping into your toes? Is the inner arch collapsing? Can you lift that up? And by lifting that up, imagine that block again that you're squeezing. So even though my knee is opening out to the side, I feel this gentle squeeze in towards center, a hugging in towards midline. Hand can be on the hip or down by your side. And then walk that foot closer to the standing leg, staying here or bringing it up a little higher. You can use a pillow or a little stool to set your foot on if you'd like. And if you want to play around with letting go of the chair, inhale, exhale, tree pose, Vrikshasana. If you want to grow those branches up, reaching the arms. It's okay if you wobble. You can sway side to side, tree sway, right? Good. Keep lifting. Keep lifting. You can do this. And then bring your knee back to center. Step that right foot down. Bring your arms down by your side. Give those legs a little shake. Shake it out. I have people in class sometimes that come in, do a little dance move, a little salsa move. That's always welcome too. Other side. Shifting the weight into your right foot. Before you lift the left foot, notice the surface of the right foot. Press it down. Gentle little lift. Inhale. Open up that knee out to the side. So right here, this is that external rotation that we were finding, right? Open up that hip. Stay here or decide which variation you'd like to bring in on this side. Just I ask that you not have your foot on the inside of the knee, above or below, but not on. Inhale, exhale. Finding a focal point to set your gaze helps with the balance. So the strength of your foot and your standing leg. So you find the strength of that tree trunk, right? Rooting down with the feet, with the foot. And then slowly coming out of this pose, just as we came into it, right? Shake out those legs. Give them a little shake. Wonderful. So I'm going to give two options here. One is to come down onto the mat. This might not work for all of our knees. Okay, so that's why I will give options. The first option is coming into hero pose, where you come down onto your knees. This really stretches out the top of the foot. This is what it looks like from the side. So you can have a blanket underneath you. If you have a lot of tension in the ankles, if you take your ankles and you can build it up, you can come higher. You can have 2 or 3 blankets. If you have the foot hanging off, the blanket is supporting your ankle, but this creates space between your ankle and the floor. Okay, that's one option. If you say there's no way my knees are going to do that, another option is taking little washcloths, placing them right behind the knee. Take them all the way up behind the knee. That gives the kneecaps some more space. You can sit up higher. You can also grab pillows or blankets to build yourself up higher. Okay? These are all different ways to come into hero pose, Virasana. That is not an option today. Taking your foot back behind you, pressing that foot down into the ground is also going to open up the top of the foot. So staying here for a few breaths. Good. If you took your right foot back or one leg back, you're in the chair, make sure now you switch to the opposite side. Good. If you are on your knees, we're going to move forward. I want you to tuck your toes and sink your hips back towards your heels. And moving forward to all fours, untuck and give them a little pat. Tapping at the toes, bringing some more oxygen down into that area of the body. Good. And then either sitting in your chair or sitting down on the ground. We're going to take our legs a little bit wider. Good. Staying here or straightening the legs. And wiggling those toes. So here or other option. Here. Wiggling the toes. Inhale. We're going to find a forward fold. Exhale. Walking the hands away. Or if you're in the chair, hinging at the hips to feel that nice stretch in the inner thigh. Legs are still active. Good. Coming out of this pose. And we're going to come onto our backs. If you prefer to be in your chair, you can stay in your chair. Here. So coming on to our backs, coming all the way down, supporting your head if you need to with the blanket. Good. If you're on your back, draw your knees up towards your chest. Hug those knees in. Maybe finding a gentle rocking up and back or side to side. And bring the feet down onto the mat. We're going to lift the heels, toes press down, heels come down. Then lift the heels. Exhale, heels come down. All four corners of both feet press down. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, rolling back down. So gentle bridge roll ups. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, back down. One more time. Inhale, lift those hips up. If you want to hold this here, you can. If you're in a chair, you can lift one leg out in front of you, holding it there. Exhale, lower back down. If you're in the chair, bring your right leg down. Left leg is going to lift. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Last time, holding it here. If you want to really feel the tops of the arms press down, you can bend your arms, palms facing each other. Feel the feet pressing down. So instead of using our glutes right? To lift up in the hips, really feel the feet. Feel that gentle pull in the inner thighs, that little hugging in to activate the inner thigh. And then exhale, lowering back down. Bring your arms down by your side. Draw your right knee in towards your body. Straightening the left leg if that feels okay. We're going to bring in a gentle twist. So one option is gently dropping the knees over to the left. Both knees fall to the left. The second option is drawing the right knee in towards your body with the help of your left hand. You can scoot your hips over to the right slightly, bringing that knee across to find a twist, a supine twist. If that feels like it's a lot in the lower back, go ahead and support this right leg with some blankets or pillows. Your right arm can reach out to the side and your gaze can follow. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, slowly coming out of your twist, straightening the right leg, grab a hold of behind the right leg and draw it in towards your body. So there might be a slight bend in the knee. And if you find it hard to wrap your arms around the right leg, then use a towel, use something so that way you don't have to lift your chin up. You don't feel that pulling in the neck. Good. You can stay here making circles with the ankle, wiggling those toes again, giving those feet some love today. They support us through our whole lives. We need to give back, right? We're so quick to get angry with our bodies, frustrated with our bodies when they don't work for us in the way that we want them to. But how often do we stop and say thank you to our bodies when they are? Good. And bring that leg all the way down. Take the left knee. You can start with the right bent leg. Hug that knee in. You're either dropping your knees over to the left this time or hugging the left knee in. You can use your right foot, press it down, move your hips over towards the left side of your mat if you're using a mat, or just over to the left. And then cross this leg over. Inhale, exhale, melt the left shoulder down, maybe extend the arm out to the side. And if you want to add in a stretch on your neck, take your gaze over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. With every exhale, feel the muscles along the spine letting go. Little by little. One more inhale and exhale. Come out of your twist. Bring the left foot down. Shavasana. Our final pose or asana, which is the most important pose of them all. Okay? You can use your chair. If you're on the ground, you can use your chair. You can prop your legs up on the chair. That's option one. Option two is on your back, using a rolled up towel or blanket to support behind the knees, which allows the lower back to rest down. And then option three, if you're in a chair, you can rest your arms on top of the knees, gently closing your eyes. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Feel the backs of the eyes relax. Feel the jaw soften. Complete letting go. Inhale and exhale. And I am going to leave you here today because you are in the comfort of your home and you can decide how long you want to stay in Shavasana. It has been an honor to practice with you. And I hope that I see you on Thursday. So we're meeting every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 o'clock. So I hope that we'll be able to see each other often. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.